It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I've just got up. That's because we arrived in Amman, Jordan, very late last night. So we've come out for some very late breakfast in this nice establishment. We're in the middle of Ramadan, so we might be lucky to find somewhere open. Anyway, we're going to go and explore this fascinating country. I'm pretty excited about this one because I'm a bit of a history nut. I'm not an expert, but I'm a fan. This is a relatively new country in a very ancient part of the world, so I'm hoping to discover some real interesting things here. So let's go.
Where are you from?
I am from New Zealand.
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Do you know New Zealand?
Yes.
Okay. What did you say? Oh, okay. All right. Hello.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. That was a very brief encounter. One thing I have realised since arriving here from sub-Saharan Africa is it's March and it's cold. It's not cold, but it's you want a jumper on. So we've had a wander up to this small but rather wonderful archaeological museum located at the Citadel. This is a really good place to start, getting a handle on some of the historic periods in the area. So this is the Citadel where the museum is located. There are also kids crashing their kites. Oh no, he saved it. There he goes. Good lad. There is also a fantastic view and these rather wonderful Roman ruins. It's worth a walk. Now he's crashed it again. Check him out. And from here up on the Citadel, I can see down there the Roman amphitheatre. So we'll have a stroll down to that in a minute. Last video I made, I was complaining about the steepness of the city I was in. This one seems just as steep, so I'm getting fit. One thing I read before coming here about Amman is that there are some cool murals here, which there are. There are also some massive steps everywhere you go. So my theory about it being a steep city is confirmed. Look at these. They're just, you're surrounded by them. Anyway, down the bottom of there, just the other side, is the Roman amphitheatre. So let's go and have a look. So having walked from up there somewhere to down at the bottom of the valley, we've discovered that the amphitheatre itself is closed. It closed at 5:30, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. We're enjoying a very exciting game of soccer, or two. It's complicated. Who knows what's going on? The police nearly got involved with that game then. Not quite. Quite handy, this kid. Wandering back to our hotel now. I'm gradually getting more and more dressed as we go because it's cooling down in the evening. And the streets are kind of livening up now as night falls. I don't know whether it's a Ramadan thing. Everybody's going to eat soon or what. But anyway, it seems to be getting livelier and livelier. It was like a ghost town earlier. This is the King Abdullah al-Bin al-Hussein Mosque. I hope I've got that right. Which is unusual in that one can go inside if one is dressed appropriately. They give you the gears to wear, so in we go. A relatively modern mosque, this one, and no less impressive for that. Quite the opposite. It's magnificent structure, really. And the mosque isn't the only religious building here. Just across the road there's this very attractive Orthodox church. Might have a look in there in a bit. and the interior quite magnificent in its empty simplicity. So strolling back to our accommodation. Actually, I don't think we'll go straight back. I think there's a souk, a market that we prefer to go to. And of course, because this is Ramadan, everybody breaks their fast at the same time, so the streets are full of hungry people.
Got the quarter. I got a soft and a crunchy.
نابل سيدي.
Huh?
قول نابل سيدي.
Nah.
نابل سيدي.
Oh, good.
From Naples, from Palestine.
Oh, from Palestine.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes. Naples city. This is the picture.
Oh, okay.
Naples city. You see?
Oh, Naples City.
Oh.
This is Qataya. You know Qataya? Qataya. Sweet Ramadan. Yes. From where you are?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Welcome.
So excited to try this. Have you asked ordering?
So we made it back to the Roman Theatre a couple of days later and got in with one of these, which is a Jordan Pass. So if you do come to Jordan, I'd really recommend getting one of these. It gets you the entry visa into the country, and it gets you into loads of historical sites like this one. It's really worth the money. Wandered up the road to get some food. Came into this charming art gallery slash restaurant, and they refused to serve us. Thanks, sir. But they did insist that we eat with them. So we've enjoyed a very, very pleasant meal here at this place. And here's this beautiful art made by the owner. And it's been extremely charming. I want to get the name of this place. What is the name? Okay, I'm going to need that written down. Let's have a menu. After a few days here in Amman, I've picked up a map down at the reception area of this hotel. So here's a free map. And right now, here's Jordan, and we're up here in the north in Amman. So the plan tomorrow is that we'll pick up a car from the airport down here, and then we'll drive down here to Al Karak. This apparently is a scenic road. This is called the King's Highway or something. So that's the plan. We picked up our little Renault car from the airport. Our little hire car, seems very good. And we are heading off into the wilderness through the sun-kissed Jordan countryside, where it's pissing down with rain and it's freezing cold.
Just driving down the road, asked Paul to stop because we wanted to look down at the spectacular view we've come across. And the rain stopped just in time, and it's just starting again. Our luck. It's spectacular.
Yes, yeah, thank you so much.
And thank you for the
so
coffee. I'm going to
Thank
go
you.
and enjoy the coffee
Do you get
now.
a single sister for me?
No.
I know.
do?
Yeah.
Oh, I do have a single sister.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
And
Send
she's
me
rich.
her email. We
Send
will
you her
talk.
email.
Her email, yeah.
She's
Okay.
lovely.
Thank you so much. Please go and enjoy your
Okay.
coffee. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sammy.
All people who's watching me, I wish you all the best. God bless all of you. Never look for love. Love will find you. Please, don't think too much for the future and for the past. Just live the present to taste the life. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Here is the man, Paul, ready for coffee.
Yes. I've got no words of wisdom. I then put plenty of sugar in your coffee. That's about it. Wandering through this ancient settlement of Karak is an eerie experience. We had the accommodation to ourselves. It feels like we've got the whole town to ourselves. It's like a ghost town. So inside the castle itself, definitely worth a walk around. Built in the 12th century by the crusading armies, the Franks, on the top of a previous site. They didn't occupy it for long, but yeah, it's pretty cool, especially given its spectacular location. We're inside Karak Castle here now in some sort of dungeon room. Back to the map. So here we are here, Karak. So the plan today is to drive down this windy road, the King's Highway I think it's called, to the very famous Petra. Now, zooming out a bit if we can. Here we are, Karak. As you can see over here, we have the Dead Sea. Now, I'm going to take you outside just to give you some sort of clue as to, just got whacked in the face by the map, as to our location. Now, I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but if you look over there, across the valley there, you will see that there. That is the Dead Sea. So the other side, the land you can just about make out on the other side, it's quite clear in real life, is Palestine. So we're driving south of Karak now. This is the first obstacle we've come across. A flock of sheep, a shepherd, and a donkey. Whoa, there's one lonely sheep there. One slow sheep. Oh, it's a dog. Oh, that was a dog. A sheepdog. I nearly run over a sheepdog. Anyway, the road south of Karak has been predominantly desert. There's a bit of green here, hence the sheep, I suppose. But other than that, it's been really barren, really empty. Very, very little traffic. Hardly any settlements. Spectacular scenery. Been really cool to drive through it. So we've stopped, I suppose, halfway along between Karak and Petra. This is the Dana Reserve Biosphere or something like that, D-A-N-A. You're not going to be able to pick it up on camera, but my God, spectacular. We saw a sign for a castle, Al Shabak Castle, I believe. So we just pulled off the road and taken a look at this very magnificent structure. Can you hear me over the sound of these sheep who are shouting at me? Look at that for a view. Wow, you can see forever here. I think it's because of the heavy rainfall that we had yesterday. So we arrived in the town of Wadi Musa last night. Stayed at a hotel just up there. So that's the town, and behind me is this rather formal entrance to the ancient site of Petra. So in we go. Now wandering through the Sikh, which is the entrance to the main Petra area. I've got my 360 camera because it's very three-dimensional scenery. One thing I'd like to show is that all through this massive gorge here is these channels. So there would have been people, hundreds, probably thousands of people living in here. They all needed water in this desert environment. Oh wow, look at this. It's breathtaking. And this is how they channeled the water. Some of the carving here, some of the stuff they've carved out just on the walk in is extraordinary. It's not, didn't expect it actually. I thought it was just going to be one thing to look at, but it's not. It's a whole environment. Well, I mean, the natural environment combined with the human influence on it. It's just something else. So after walking for an hour from the entrance gate, and it's been amazing, this is the moment that everybody pictures when they come to Petra. God, it's bigger than I thought. This is the moment when you see, oh, you can't see it behind me or anything. Anyway, let's just go and do it. Here we are, this is it, the treasury. And actually, it's not a bad thing that there's a bit of tourist infrastructure here, because what a place to enjoy a cup of coffee. Look at this. So having left the treasury area behind us, the scenery's opened up a little bit, no less impressive for all that. So we're going to carry on, and we hope to make it to the monastery. So having walked up to the monastery, which is down there, and it was quite a walk actually, we've now climbed this big massive rock to try and get a view, which we've been successful in doing, because the view here is 360 spectacular. I'll take some photographs with a good camera and hopefully manage to capture some of it. So we're wandering back out of the whole Petra area now, and we've stopped and wandered up into this this temple complex area, and I just can't help stopping to wax lyrical on another video because it's amazing here. It's not just the bit that you see in the pictures. It's massive. It's not just the treasury and the monastery. There's heaps of it. It's fantastic. So after having visited Big Petra, normal Petra yesterday, we've driven just up the road to here. Quick pan. And this area is called Little Petra. Not quite as spectacular, I suppose. We haven't gone into it yet. But nevertheless, supposed to be worth a visit, so we'll have a bit of a wander around. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you the entrance to this. Yesterday, the walk-in was amazing, really. I've never been anywhere like it. So I'm not quite expecting quite the same today. But this whole bit was built by a people called the Nabateans, who, let's face it, who's heard of them? But my God, they should be more famous, you know, for building all this. It's incredible. Blew me away yesterday, I've got to say. Right, let's take a look at what's up here. I've been instructed to video this woman who seems to be some sort of desert witch. What you got?
Oh, camel. Camel.
Directly, yeah.
Right. And having received a lesson from this lady in how to make a jumper out of a camel, it would seem to me that the big difference between the previous Petra and this little Petra is that we're the only ones here. Well, us and her. So it may not be quite as majestic, but it's still, you know, if you hadn't been to the other one, you'd come here and be blown away, because it's, you know, yeah, it's cool, all right. Yesterday we did Petra. Now here's the lay of the land. Up there is, behind me, you can see that the town of Wadi Musa. The treasury of Petra is down there, and there's a lot of walking involved if you're going to do this. There's a lot to see. Right through this valley here, there's all kinds. And then up, right up there, and those bloody big mountains behind me, that's where the monastery is. So we did that walk in and out yesterday, and today we drove up to Little Petra, which is the other side of those mountains over there, and that's enough walking for me for today. Rest of the day off. And we're heading down the road now, and here's the map. We have left Petra, which is here, and we're going to head down right to the south of the country there. So it hasn't taken us too long to negotiate the whole of Jordan. As you can see from the map, we've come right up here from Amman. We're heading right down to the south now. Jordan's a small country. It's about the same size as Austria or Ireland. A quick stop by the side of the road to admire this rather magnificent refurbished train. Anybody familiar with the movie Lawrence of Arabia will probably recognize this type of scene. This was the very train track that the Arabs would have sabotaged the Ottoman Turks' trains in an effort to free themselves from Turkish occupation during the Second World War. This is real T. Lawrence country, this. Having got to our accommodation here in Wadi Rum, we find the scenery to be at least as spectacular as anywhere else. We've stayed in one of these trendy bubble dome things, rather fashionable, I'm sure, but anyway, this one was heavily discounted, so why not? We are going to go for a ride in a Jeep in a bit. Looking forward to that, looking forward to getting into this amazing scenery.
Hi, how are you?
Ahmed, our driver, who do we have here?
Yes, okay. This is Lawrence Arab. Here, film Star Wars.
Lawrence of Arabia,
Yes, and here film Star Wars.
Star Wars,
And this place.
all here,
Yeah.
all filmed here. Can't say I remember that scene from the David Lean movie, but there it is. Magnificent. And Ahmed, how old are you?
My?
Yeah,
15.
15.
Yeah.
Good driver, good guide.
And once again, we're pretty much on our own. Even the desert, like we're the only vehicle here. And when you stop, it's total silence.
Look at that, full moon over the desert. And as we capture the magnificence of the sunset on this lonely rock, we find ourselves to be on the only rock for hundreds of miles around with other tourists on it. But anyway, never mind. We've been on our own for the rest of the Jeep tour, to be fair. It's been pretty cool. We have left Wadi Rum behind those mountains over there. Spectacular. Back to the map here so we can see where we are. Petra, here's Wadi Rum, this green bit, it's not green. So we've come down here now and we are by Aqaba. And what we're going to do, we're going to come up this road here, and it's a big drive today, and we're going to come up to the Dead Sea. So this is the lay of the land. Southern Jordan is where we are now. If you look in this direction, you will see the city of Aqaba, and on the thing there is the Red Sea. Can you see the Red Sea? Am I pointing to it? There it is. It's not actually red. A very troubled waterway at the moment. So let's go. After leaving Aqaba, we had to go through this sort of customs check, which was a bit weird. I think Aqaba must be a special economic area. Anyway, looking to our left there's a massive fence, and I think that must be the border to Israel. So after a few hours driving and a stop for a cup of coffee, we have now arrived at the lowest dry land on the planet. Here we are at the Dead Sea, and across on the other side there we can see the West Bank. So having arrived at our accommodation on the Dead Sea here, one is obliged to get into it, which is not an appealing prospect given what I've just read, which is that you shouldn't spend more than 15 minutes in it, that basically it's full of poison. Any fish that swims into it instantly dies. It's good for people to exfoliate their skin, so it's full of dead skin. Now I've been told I've been putting too much of a negative spin on this, so I just want to add that I've just also read that you shouldn't shave before going in, otherwise your skin will come off, and whatever you wear, any shorts that you wear, you've got to throw away because they'll rot as soon as you get out. So looking forward to this. So V, what's your take on it?
I can't wait to go in. I have just read the 10 benefits of going in, which are a little bit opposite, but you've got to do it. Heard it's going to be great for my skin elasticity.
Here are some
I'm gonna
people.
have
They've already suffered. Look,
hair.
they're not looking well.
Hello.
How was it?
Great, fantastic.
They all say that. You know, that's what people say when they've undergone pain, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can tell. So it was good.
Go and enjoy it yourself.
Oh,
All right,
I'm going to go.
Right.
I'll enjoy it.
Okay.
See you.
Bye.
Let's go.
Bye.
Oh, it's weird. Okay, so how do you rate the experience now? Because you do look extra lovely.
I know. As my elasticity come back. I think it's quite good. It's enough. Because I just keep floating.
It is funny. It is a funny feeling, I've got to say. I'm not looking forward to my skin rotting off and my shorts falling apart, but you know, that's alright.
As I looked over Jordan, what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. I saw a band of angels coming after me, coming forth to carry me home. That is the Jordan River.
So we have stopped along the way at this very interesting location. This is the site where it is believed was the site of the baptism of Jesus Christ. John the Baptist baptized people in this area. And this particular bit was the site of many pilgrimages, particularly in the Middle Ages. There were several Byzantine churches built on this site, and we've been told to go, so we must go. I always imagined the Jordan River to be quite wide. However, this is the country of Jordan. This is the river of Jordan. And this is the occupied West Bank, as denoted by an Israeli flag. We're just getting a cup of coffee over the road, over here. And where are we?
This Salt Wadi Shaib.
There's Asalt.
Wadi Shaib.
So we're in Wadi Asir now.
Wadi Sir. No. This.
Yerka.
Yerka.
So there's Yerka.
This
Right.
Yerka.
So we are going from the Dead Sea area and the baptism area of Jesus up to Jerash, up here in the north of Amman. And that is where we are going. And we're getting a new tablecloth.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you very much. Quite a lovely spot. This.
Welcome.
Behind me is the Arch of Hadrian. I'm in Jerash now. Quite an impressive site by the look of it. Apparently this is the Middle Eastern equivalent of Pompeii. I've never been to Pompeii, so I wouldn't know. But anyway, we'll go and have a look around at these rather impressive Roman ruins.
وحلفت لي ولا غيرك عمري ما أكون وكل عمري حبيته والله مجنون ولا هلا حبيبة قلبي بتكون وليش وبتخون على أهدي على ديني على أرض تلاقيني أنا لفديهم أنا دمي فلسطيني أنا دمي فلسطيني على أهدي على ديني على أرض تلاقيني أنا لفديهم يلا اسمع فلسطيني على راس الأردن والأردنية رفع الكرامة ورفع الحمية. Welcome to Jordan.
We've stopped between Jerash and Madaba, which will be our last stop here in Jordan, and we've come here to Mount Nebo, or Mount Nebo, I'm not sure. And this is a site of great biblical and religious significance. This is apparently the place where it is believed Moses spied the promised land and sent the children of Abraham forth there to reside. and the children of Abraham have been slaughtering each other over it ever since. Apparently about 30,000 dead in the last couple of months, mainly women and children. Deeply affected this part of the world. So we're on the road again, and we have travelled from Jerash down through Amman, which is around here somewhere, down to Mount Nebo, which is where we are, and now we're going to Madaba. Here is a beetle, and he was walking earlier and I pressed him and he stopped, and now he's making out that he's dead. Anyway, this here is apparently a door. It's a Conan the Barbarian style door. This is how you would open it. You just give it a bit of that, but I won't do it. But apparently it's from Abu Bad, and you have to be a badass just to open it. This is the city of Madaba, or this is a little archaeological park within the city. Now I know that history is not everybody's thing. I nearly fell over then. But behind me is a Roman road. In here, a restored section of a Roman road. In here we have a former Byzantine church with a wonderful mosaic, an even nicer one up there, based on an old Roman temple, which has been further restored during the Umayyad period. I've said that wrong. The Muslim period. There's like umpteen periods of history just here. I love it.
So we've just climbed up lots of stairs to the bell tower of St. John the Baptist Church. And it's so teeny tiny in here. And what's really got me, tortured me the most, is the fact I'm not allowed to ring the bells. And I really want to, because there's like a string just there. What if I just put my foot there like that? Like the bell moves, I reckon it'll come and throw me off. So from the bell tower we've come down and we are now underground, and there are some really hidden little pathways, and I'm going to try and show you around quickly, because it's quite, you just wouldn't expect it to be down so far. I'll go in the hunt for Paul now. Can't find him. Where have you gone? Oh, there he is. What have you found?
A well.
A well. Are you going to get water?
It's a big well.
Have you? Let me come down and see your water. Have you got water?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's holy water. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a bit of a sucker for a map, and this one, the Madaba map, is particularly cool. It's about 1 million individual pieces of mosaic, the earliest depiction of the Holy Lands in existence. Can't see it behind me, but it shows everything from Lebanon in the north to Egypt in the south, right out to the Mediterranean Sea. We can almost trace where we've been on this Jordan trip. 6th century. Very cool. Flying out of Jordan today, a final retrospective. Whenever I do one of these things, I usually go on about how great the country is, and they're getting a bit samey. But the fact is, it's been really lovely to be here. First of all, the people. You know, from the guy that gives you a lift from his restaurant because you don't want to eat waffles to a different restaurant, and then finds you a table because it's full and then won't take anything, to the guy who gives you a lift to somebody to get a dress fixed. Charming people. The scenery, breathtaking. History, as I said at the start of the video, history is my thing, and it's ticked all the boxes. The weather's been pretty good. Food's good. So, what's not to like? I suppose the sword of Damocles hanging over the country is its location. It's located in the Middle East, but it's peaceful. It's a peaceful country. I think I'll leave the final thoughts to my man Sammy.
As I told you, there's Egypt, West Bank, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Saudi Arabia and Yemen. Jordan is in the middle like the eye of the hurricane. But it's the Switzerland of Middle East. It's peaceful, so you are welcome. Really, you're welcome. That's it. Thank you.